Hello and welcome back to the Critically Clueless. Today we are in Empire of Sin. Obviously the new DLC has just dropped, and with it we got a brand new boss. We got Maxim Zelnick. Now with every single boss in the game there is a main quest, a main mission, and usually it's absolutely worth giving it a go and actually doing it. So today I'm going to walk you through how to do this main mission, or more importantly, what you actually get. Is it worth your time? I haven't actually done one of these mission walkthroughs for any of the bosses so far, so this is actually going to be the very first one. I have had it requested for other bosses, but if you enjoy it, if it does well on the channel, I might do all of the bosses, depending if you guys actually like it. And don't forget, if you do want to see more Empire of Sin content, hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss out on more videos just like this. We also have an active and growing Discord if you want to join the community and just chat about everything Empire of Sin or any game of your choice. You are more than welcome to join. And of course, the link will be down in the description. Now, up on the screen right now is very, very early mission content. We just finished that little tiny piece of the mission. There are 5 missions throughout this this boss mission, and within the last one we just got 5k in money, an extra bit of notoriety, plus 5 to intimidation, plus 2 to marksman, and we also got a trench knife as well. Now this next bit is what's tripping a lot of people up. I've already had a few people commenting within the Discord about this. You'll receive a letter. It basically says follow the money, and that's kind of it. Even once you hit the 200 notoriety, you know, the mission kind of just stops dead, and a lot of people thinking that it is bugged out. However, it just takes a little bit of time. The game does like to drag on the mission a little bit. So if you give the game a little bit of time, it will prompt and trigger the next mission. And the next little quest we have is every suit. You need to talk to Hoffman, talk to Ruben, and then you need to own a precinct in 3 different neighborhoods. I really like how this boss mission is really kind of getting you to learn the ropes of this new DLC after precinct and stuff like that. It really gets you, it's almost like a tutorial. So if you're new at the game, this is definitely the mission and the boss for you, because it really does get you stuck in deep with the precinct update. And once you've completed this second mission, you will get 12k cash. You will also have a chance to get the greedy trait. Now it depends on the options that you pick. Now within my options, I was kind of being a little bit chaotic. I wanted to see if I could actually fail the mission completely. Pleased to know that I can't seem to fail the mission, so it doesn't really matter what you choose, you will get rewarded. You can complete the mission, however your rewards may be slightly different. For instance, for in this one, I actually managed to get an extra trinket. Now, trinkets beforehand were almost completely useless, but after the last update, we can use them as well as armor, so they're actually really, really cool. It's also good to note that when you're doing these main missions, or these kind of missions, especially early game, because the game kind of understands where you are within your game right now, so the missions that it presents you with should be at your level, and it rewards you with some really good weapons, really good early game weapons, because especially if you're playing on higher difficulty, decent weapons can be quite hard to actually get your hands on. But after a little chit chat, this is pretty much it. Like I said, there are multiple options. I like the idea that the game gives you a bit of choice, and of course, depending on your choices depends on the little rewards that you're going to be getting. So have a little think about it and make sure you're just playing for your own little playstyle, really. Now, like I said, that last part, you are going to have to own a precinct in 3 different neighborhoods, and remember, you are going to have to pay attention to your pipelines to how to get into another neighborhood and actually own one of those precincts. Now the next mission that we kind of get unlocked to us is Jack of all trades. Now I actually really quite liked this one. You do have to chat to a few different people, But here you also have to purchase a loan shark racket, meaning that you have to hire a fixer as well. So like I said, it really does kind of run you through all of the basics to do with this new, not only the new Precinct update, but also the new DLC as well. So it's quite cool that it's put all this together within Maxim. But once you do finally get your loan shark racket, you will have to go and chat to Maria once again, um, and then the game will get you to take out a minor league crew. Now, I say that you have to take them out. Of course, this game is about choice, and nowadays you can actually buy factions out. So once you find this minor league crew, you can either choose to take them out completely, or of course, if you've got the money, if you've already been protecting them, then you can just buy them out completely. I have to note though, I do think that Maxim Zelnick's main mission is possibly the longest main mission out of all of the bosses. I think Daniel McGee Jackson has the shortest mission, but yeah, Maxim's is very long because it does get you to do a few different things in this. And of course, you know, taking over or taking out even a minor league crew isn't actually that easy anymore, because you've got to do, you know, a few different things if you don't have the crew size, or you know, a strong crew just to straight take out the depot in one go. But once you do take them out, it is a straightforward of returning back to Maria and then having another little chit chat. And Bob's your uncle, you get yourself another 10 grand. And in my playthrough, I actually got a positive relationship change with the Chicago police force as well. 100 points. So that's nothing to be sniffed at. That was actually pretty cool. However, of course, be mindful of your choices. I personally did pick up a reckless trait that I didn't have to actually pick up. And of course, as I said beforehand earlier in the video, if certain things don't seem to pop up after you finish another one, like for instance, within the missions, there are five missions within Maxim's main mission slot. And every time you finish one, you'll be required to have a little bit of a break. The game will want to kind of slow things down a little bit, you know, so don't worry if it doesn't pop up immediately for you, because it will be there and it will actually pop up eventually. Fingers crossed anyway. And as you can see, after this little conversation, we get all of our little rewards. I really like this little bit as well. When you complete a mission, it shows you everything you did and all your rewards for completing that mission. I think that's a really nice little touch, actually, since the update. The next mission that pops up is Joker of the Pack, and here you're told that one of your rackets are being hit. You have to go and fend off the attackers afterwards, chatting to your guard as well. Make sure you do that, because when I actually fended off, you know, killed the enemy, I immediately ran out thinking, oh no, what's my next mission? And for whatever reason, the indicator didn't pop up, showing me that I actually had to talk to the guard back in the racket. He was actually at the back of the racket. Like I said, the indicator didn't pop up for me. So make sure after that fight, you do actually go ahead and chat with your guard. He'll give you a little piece of information, and then you can continue with the rest of the mission. And the rest of the mission is basically a bit of chit chat. You have to talk to Ruben, and then you will meet with Ruben's contact. With that, you will get $15,000. So that's another good chunk of money you've got. You also get to get another weapon as well. However, hopefully by now you guys are actually getting a lot of weapons, therefore you won't actually need this one. I actually think Joker of the Pack's actually the easiest mission within these small cluster of missions that you have to do. It was the quickest to complete, really. Just a bit of traveling back and forward and you're kind of done. Now, it's actually quite funny with the last part of this mission, to speak with Ruben's contact. Now, I was having a little bit of a cash flow crisis at the time, unexpectedly. So, full disclosure, you know, if you're kind of doing this with the video, make sure you have $5,000 on you before actually meeting a contact. I didn't have it, therefore my meeting ended a little bit bloody. But to be fair, I never hire this gangster anyway, so meh, doesn't really matter. As you can see though, I did actually get a chance to intimidate the target. However, my intimidation was far too low, and that's why it ended up in a fight, because I couldn't bribe her. So just so you guys know, if you do go for that intimidation route, for me personally, my intimidation was nowhere near high enough. Of course, as you do play your game, you can actually increase your stats quite a lot while playing. So I'm sure within your playthrough, maybe you're going to be, attacking this kind of mission at a different stage. You might have the necessary stats in order to pass that skill gate. But once you do that, you will shortly get a brand new message, and this is the last mission. This is Long Live the King. And this is potentially a little bit hard, this one, because first we need to go chat to Hoffman. That's nice and easy. Your next bit is you need to find Ruben in a faction's highlighted territories. Now, it says in a write-up that you can use violence, or you can have a faction rating with them of 250. So within your playthrough, you may well already be friendly with them. They may already hate you. And so, the way you're going to be completing this mission could be different from me. Personally, I hadn't met the faction that it asked me to go meet. It was Joseph Salts. I hadn't met him just yet. It did pop him up on the map, interestingly enough, even though I had no idea who that faction was. It showed me exactly where I needed to go, which was quite nice. But because I hadn't met him, my faction rating wasn't necessarily that bad. So instead of going to war, because to go to war with Joseph Salts at the time, remembering that you're going to have to be doing, all the pipelines and all that, it's going to take quite a long time to maybe possibly even move to the neighborhood. At least it would have for me. So I found it better just to be friends with him. And of course, I could cheese that quite easily just by, giving him a few trades that were beneficial for him. But once I did actually have that faction rating of 250 or more, I ended up having a little bit more. I could basically walk straight into the necessary racket to talk to Ruben and to continue the mission. And once you do get in there and chat with Ruben, well, things ended a little bit bloody. He died, unfortunately. However, I did manage to complete the mission because of it. And of course, I did get the Persuader. That is our unique weapon. And personally, I absolutely love submachine guns. So the Persuader is a submachine gun. So it's really nice to see another unique submachine gun in the game. Does it beat Daniel Jackson's submachine gun? Honestly, I don't think so. But it is a nice welcomed bonus. We also got the 30 grand as well. And we earned a few other goodies along the way. All in total, this mission can make you $72,000. The missions still are a great way to earn big money within the game when you're starting out. There's a couple of missions early on that you kind of get, 5 grand here, 15 grand there, 10 grand here. However, Maxim Zelnick's missions are tough, they're long, and it does stretch throughout most of my playthrough personally. I think a few of the other bosses do have quicker, easier missions. However, 72 grand is nothing to be sniffed at in Empire of Sin. It's a lot of money, and you can actually do a huge amount with it. But as you can see, this is the Persuader on screen. It gives you a 50 bullet clip size, which I quite like. Basically means that even in those big depot battles, or even the safe house battles where you've constantly got extra reinforcements coming in, if you haven't already cleared them, you're never going to have to reload, which is quite nice. The damage profiles on it are actually pretty nice as well. It obviously does depend massively what difficulty you're actually playing this game on, because if you're playing it on easy or if you're playing it on boss difficulty, the values up on screen are going to vary massively. Ultimately though, this is a good submachine gun. It says it only has a 15% chance to crit, but bear in mind that is per bullet fired. That damage output is per bullet fired as well, and this is a burst gun, so you're firing 3 bullets at a time. And personally, I find it to be a pretty good main weapon. But that is it for the end of this video, guys. So if you are stuck by this long, thank you very much for doing so. I hope you've enjoyed what you watched. And of course, if you have enjoyed it, then think about hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we do have over 90% of all Empire of Sin viewers not currently subscribed to the channel, and it really does help us grow so much, reach more people, and hopefully ultimately at the end make better content for you. But guys, I've been a monk and we've been a Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Take it easy.